thanks for gardening with me. I'm Melissa, and today I want to talk to you about propagation. This is a great way to get free plants. Yes, I said free. It's very easy to do. Some of you may be intimidated, but I think that after you see this video today, you will see how easy it really is, and you'll give it a try. So the first plant that I want to talk to you about propagating today is called the purple heart. It's a very beautiful plant. It has a nice color to it. It kind of spills over the edge of the planter, which makes it really nice, because when you do a planter, you always want to think filler, thriller, and spiller. And you would like to try to get those three items in a pot if it's a big pot. Sometimes the smaller pots I'll just put one thing in, but if it's a big pot, you want a thriller, a filler, and a spiller plant. And this would definitely count as a spiller plant. Now, what I did was the mother plant we overwintered in the pool house. So when I took it out this spring, the plant was long and lanky, and it needed some revitalization, I would say. So what I did is just cut it all off a little ways up the pot. So I'll show you a picture of that, what it looks like now, and it still looks really good. And I took the cuttings and I put them in a glass of water, and I put the glass of water on the front porch, which is full shade, but it's outside, so it is in a sunny location. And I didn't touch it. I didn't do anything, nothing at all. And yesterday when I went to check on it to see if I had any roots, lo and behold, I do. See, there's one. There's two. And there's three. I don't know if you can see the roots on that one. And then this one doesn't have any roots yet, but it does have a little baby that's starting on there. So what I'm going to do is just put that right back in the water and stick it right back on the front porch and wait another 2 weeks and see what I have. I'm sure I'll have plenty of roots on that one as well. So here's our three plants. This is the mother plant I was telling you about in the front here, the purple heart. I have it in with this beautiful plant here. I don't know what it's called. It has green leaves with a purple edging on it. I think it's just beautiful. But I'm going to go ahead and stick it right here around the back side of it. Just stick the plant in there and cover it up. Pat it in there really well. And give it a little bit of water with some fertilizer in it. And that's it. I won't have to do anything else with this plant. I need to keep it watered, which I am very good about having all my plants on a timed watering system, so that I make sure that I water them whenever they need it, and give it a little bit of fertilizer once a week, and I'm going to have this beautiful plant probably for quite a few years. So with this plant, I probably could have just went ahead and put it in a pretty pot and put it on the front porch, but I'm gonna leave it in this pot here. I'll probably still put it on the front porch. It has good drainage in it, and I can just sit this in something where I can make sure I keep a really close eye on it. So there's that one. These other two, like I said, I think I'm gonna wait another probably week, and they should have enough roots on them to put back out as well. This is called a Wicked Witch Coleus. I just think it's so pretty. I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's so pretty. And this Coleus can take full sun or shade. The other Coleus is just shade. So that's another thing. Make sure you look at your plants when you're buying them at the store. Make sure you read your tags. They will tell you if they like full sun or full shade. If you're taking home a plant that looks totally beautiful in the store and you take it home and in a week it's dead, it's probably because you put it in the wrong spot, more than likely. If you try to put a shade plant in full sun, it will wither up and it will die for sure. It doesn't matter how well you plant it, how often you feed it, it will die for sure. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. So another way to propagate is by seed. Now you can buy a packet of seed for $1 to $3, and you'll get, it varies in a seed packet. Sometimes you'll get hundreds of seeds, sometimes you'll get 20. And the reason is that not all the seeds will germinate. Some will, some won't. So if you try to start something by seed and it doesn't turn into a flower, don't just think that you did something wrong. It's because sometimes that just happens. Sometimes the seeds are just not viable. I have 4 here. I gave 4 to my mom, and that's the only ones that germinated in the whole seed packet, which is fine because these are a perennial. I'll get lots of beautiful flowers for years to come. I won't get any flowers this year, more than likely, unless it happens in the late part of the summer, which it would have a lot of growing to do that. But what you get when the seeds first start to germinate, you'll get 2 little green leaves that come up, and those aren't the real leaves of the plant. The real leaves of the plant will look like the adult plant will look, and then eventually those 2 little starters will just fall off and die. But I'm going to wait till these probably get about this high. I don't know if you could see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and plant them in the ground, and I think that I'll just have beautiful lupins for quite a few years. So another way to get free plants is by dividing the plants that you already have. And you would do this with perennials, plants that come up year after year. You could take your spade right down the middle of a hosta and pull up half of it and plant that all by itself. You can divide that into 3 different plants and plant them in different areas. It's very easy to do. There are many plants that it doesn't seem to bother them at all, but you want to do it in the early spring. You don't want to divide your plants in the heat of the summer when they're already being asked a lot out of. By then they're probably flowering or it's super hot outside, so the best time to divide your plants is in the spring. There are a few, however, like the iris that I just got some of yesterday, that you would want to divide in the fall. And the reason for that is they would be dormant, so that would be the best time to divide them. If you have any questions about a plant that you have that you want to divide, you can leave a comment below and ask me and I will let you know, or you can Google it. You can Google just about anything these days and get the answer too. But it's a very easy way to get free plants, and you know you like it because you already have it in your yard and you know what to expect, you know what conditions it grows well in. So another way to get free plants is the plants that you have in your yard. A lot of them throw seed after they flower. Columbine is one that I can think of, Black-Eyed Susan is one that I can think of, and I will show you what you can do with plants like that. So this is a perfect example of a plant that you could grow from seed in your own yard and just pick it up and plant it in a pot, or go ahead and plant it someplace else in your yard. Very easy to do. This self-seeded, and as you can see, it's right here next to a step, and this plant probably gets 3 feet tall, so definitely not a place that I want it. So again, this is a Black-Eyed Susan, and I'll be digging that up. Very easy to do. Just move the mulch out of the way. Make sure you get your shovel in there under the roots. And there you have it. Perfect plant that you can just take anywhere into your yard and plant it. Or you can plant it in a pot. So there's one. This plant is a columbine, and I will show you what the mother plant looked like, and it has thrown its seeds all over the place. The good thing is it's not a very tall plant, so I think I'm just going to leave that there. I think it looks pretty cute. So this planter just had a little empty spot that looked like it was just begging for a plant, so I went ahead and put that Black-Eyed Susan right in there, and it will get yellow flowers with a black center, and it will go very nicely in the pot with the rest of these flowers. So there are several ways that you can get free plants. You can get them by taking cuttings and putting them in water. You can divide a plant up by its roots. You can buy a packet of seeds. That's not free, but it's almost free. $2 for could be 10, 20, 30 plants. That's a really good deal. You can also get plants from volunteers, like I did with the black-eyed Susans. There's many plants in your yard that you have that divide very easily, that seed very easily. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to help you. And if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great week.